Hello everyone, so there's been a lot of talk about whether to use the Limitless Soul Badge or the Aon Soul Badge for the Fire Gunner. So, a lot of you guys have seen me running around with the Aon Soul Badge, and you might have thought that, it might be best in slot. That's why I'm using the Aon Soul Badge. However, the difference between the Aon Soul Badge and the Limitless Soul Badge is really minute. It's really small. It's not a huge difference in DPS. Like, sometimes when I parse with the Aon Soul Badge, I can hit about 217k DPS. And with the Limitless, I can hit 220k. So, the DPS difference is only about like 3,000 damage difference. However, the main reason why I stick with Aon most of the time is because the Aon Soul Badge is more consistent. I will always be able to hit the minimum 210k DPS consistently because of how the effects work. While if I use the Limitless Soul Badge, the potential of doing more damage is there. However, the potential of doing less damage is also there. It fluctuates a lot more. Okay, so let's look at the two soul badges, the Limitless and the Aon. So Limitless Soul Badge is Courage Soul Badge with Holy Fire, while the Aon Soul Badge is Transcendent Soul Badge with Holy Fire. Holy Fire is what makes the Fire Gunner build work, Triggers Torch Effect for 3 seconds on successful unload in Flame build. And when you trigger your Torch Effect, it increases your chance of getting your triple shot. And your triple shot is basically your 3, and this gives you your 2 explosive rounds. So what's the main difference between Limitless and Aon? So for Limitless, you can see over here that reduces Scorched Earth cooldown by 1 second on every successful triple shot in Flame build. So every time you do a triple shot over here, it will decrease your cooldown of your V by 1 second. So you can see here that my V cooldown is 36 seconds. So, every time I cast that, it'll reduce that by 1 second when I use it. So this is a very RNG soul badge, Sometimes if you're super lucky, you might be just shooting and then immediately proc your triple shot 3 times in a row, which cuts this down by 3 seconds, which is huge because your V procs not only your Tiger Bracelet, it also procs your Aranzu Mystic Badge, which gives you a huge damage boost. So basically, the more triple shots you get, the lower the cooldown for your Scorched Earth, the more uptime you get for your Tiger Bracelet and your Aranzu Mystic Badge, which is your big PS boost, huge multipliers. So that's why a lot of people go Limitless, and that's basically how Limitless Soul Badge works. So before I go comparing it with the Aon Soul Badge, let me tell you what the Aon Soul Badge does and how it works with our build. So the Aon Soul Badge is a little bit different than the Limitless. It has no synergy with your Tiger Bracelet or your Aranzu. The main reason why you go Aon is because you want to have as much unload uptime as possible. Because as a fire gunner, your main source of damage, if you're using the unload build, which is my build, it revolves all around unload. Like 80% of your damage comes from unload, which is when you have your burst bullets and you press F. So by having the Aon Soul Badge, basically you want to make sure that your firefall is always up, that you're always casting your firefall. The main reason why you want that to happen is because if you look over here, unload skill available for use on enemies within firefall range without using explosive round. So I have the Home Moon skill over here. If you don't have the Home Moon skill, firefall only lasts for 3 seconds. However, since I do have the Home Moon skill, it lasts for 5 seconds. So within this 5 seconds, I can unload as much as I want without any explosive round costs. So this is why I use Aon Soul Badge, because I just want to make sure that at all times I'm able to unload, which basically lets me deal the most, the bread and butter of my damage. Both badges are extremely good. So the TLDR is, if you want to have more burst, definitely go the Limitless, because it synergizes so well with your Tiger Bracelet and your Aranzu Mystic Badge. And if you manage to pull off a lot of triple shots through RNG, you will proc your Scorch Earth more often, which will activate your, your super multipliers, which is your bracelet and your Aranzu Mystic Badge. So definitely go for the Limitless if you really want to push your DPS. However, if you're like me and you have high ping and your RNG is terrible, you could definitely go the Aon Soul Badge. The main reason why I recommend the Aon Soul Badge is because you can get the Aon Soul Badge at the very beginning and have great synergy with your Enigma Mystic Badge at the very beginning. So even though you don't have your Aranzu Mystic Badge yet, you can still deal relatively good damage with just the Enigma Mystic Badge, which increases your damage for 6 seconds by 250% flame damage, that is, and you still do decent damage. On my ping, which is 280 to about 300 ping, with the Enigma's Mystic Badge and the Aon Soul Badge, I was dealing about an extra 15k. However, once I got my Aranzu Mystic Badge, it was almost the same. There was, obviously the Aranzu Mystic Badge gives you a huge DPS increase. However, like comparing the Soul Badges, just the Soul Badges, between Aon and between Limitless, it's really small. Like, on a good day, if I get really lucky and proc a lot of triple shots, the most I can pull ahead is about 10k. But keep in mind, this is based off my ping. My ping is 280. If you have lower ping, I'm sure the difference will be a lot bigger. Basically, what I want to say is, it's really up to personal preference. There's no best in slot Soul Badge for the Fire Gunner. Obviously, I did miss one. There is the other Soul Badge, the Ancestral Soul Badge, I think. However, I don't have the Ancestral Soul Badge, and I don't intend to get it. So I only compared the Limitless with the Aon, since I have them and I could parse and I could compare the DPSs. But yeah, anyhow, I hope this video clears up a few things, but ultimately it's really up to you, the player, to see what you prefer. I'm just here giving you what the results that I've gotten and the experiences I've gotten, and personally, I think both are extremely good. I do like using the Limitless once in a while, and I also like the Aon, so both are really good choices. And yeah, that's it really. Anyhow, I hope this video helped, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the rest.